All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're pulling back the curtain on the $15 trillion empire of cybercrime. We're going to follow the trail from a single text message, one you might get on your own phone, all the way to a global criminal enterprise that is so much bigger and so much more organized than you can possibly imagine.
You know, it all starts with something that probably looks pretty familiar. An unexpected message that seems, well, just legitimate enough to make you hesitate for a second.
So, a message like this, it's not just some random spam. It's actually a carefully crafted hook, the very first step into a massive global web. And it's designed to do just one thing, get you to click that link.
So the big question is, how on earth does a simple text message connect to this sophisticated worldwide criminal operation? Well, let's break it down.
You know, the crazy part is, the tech behind these texts can be super basic. Police in London just recently seized a bunch of devices that look just like this. They're called SMS blasters, and their only job is to just fire out thousands and thousands of these messages at once. It's a numbers game, really. They're just waiting for a few people to take the bait. And the goal is always the same. As one detective put it, the whole setup is designed to part you with your most valuable data. Whether it's your bank login, your personal info, that single click is the key that unlocks your entire digital life for these criminals. Okay, but that one text message? That's just the tiniest tip of a truly colossal iceberg. Let's zoom out and see the incredible machine that's making it all happen. Get ready for this. Right now, the annual cost of cybercrime is over $15 trillion. That number is so big it's almost impossible to really wrap your head around it. And what's worse, it's growing like crazy.
Just to be clear, this isn't some small-time criminal problem. This shadow economy is actually on track to rival the entire GDP of China. We are talking about a global economic force in its own right.
So what's fueling this explosive growth? It's this concept called crime as a service. And it's pretty scary because it means you don't have to be some kind of hacking genius anymore. You can just go online to the darknet and basically rent or buy whatever tools you need from a whole menu of criminal services.
Yes, so you can forget that old picture you have of some lone hacker in a dark basement. That's not what this is. The organizations behind this stuff are structured just like huge multinational corporations. They have R&D departments, they have HR for recruiting criminals, and they even have customer support desks for their clients.
And the scale of their market is just immense. Take the UK, for example. Fraud, mostly driven by these online scams, now accounts for a whopping 40% of all recorded crime in the country. That's insane.
So how do we get here? How did this whole criminal empire get so big so fast? Well, the story of its modern form really traces back to the casinos of Macau and a couple of key moments that just changed everything.
The groundwork was really laid back in the 2000s with these criminal networks that were built around Macau's casino junkets. Then, a huge shift happened in 2017. There was a big crackdown in the Philippines, and it forced all these groups to pivot from online gambling into online fraud. But the real game changer was the pandemic. It pushed everything and everyone online, and it just sent this criminal business model into hyperdrive all over the world.
And all that rapid change has created this terrifying new reality where the lines between different kinds of digital threats have just completely blurred.
This right here, this is a really chilling point. Nowadays, the only real difference between a cybercriminal trying to drain your bank account and a state-sponsored spy trying to steal government secrets is the ultimate goal. The methods, the tools, the social engineering tricks, they are exactly the same. And that means state-level spy tools are now in the hands of for-profit criminals, which makes them way more dangerous to all of us.
So now you have these criminal groups using gear that used to be only for intelligence agencies. We're talking IMS sea catchers that can just scoop up mobile data out of the air. They build these massive farms of SIM cards for anonymous calls. And they're using AI deep fakes to create romance and investment scams that are so convincing they're almost impossible to spot.
But it gets even darker. Beyond all the stolen money and data, there is a truly horrifying human cost to all of this. It's not just about the people getting scammed. The United Nations estimates that hundreds of thousands of people, many of them victims of human trafficking themselves, are literally trapped in these guarded compounds, forced to work as scammers against their will. It's a system of modern slavery that's powering a digital crime wave.
So you've got this massive, sophisticated empire. Why can't law enforcement just shut it all down? Well, the answer is actually built right into the crime itself.
You see, the whole thing is borderless, which is an absolute nightmare for police.
The victim could be in the United States, the criminal in Cambodia, and the computer server in Taiwan. So, where did the crime happen? Who's in charge of investigating? It's everywhere and nowhere all at once.
Which brings us to a really tough question, right? If the traditional institutions, the police, governments, are struggling just to keep up with a problem this big and this borderless, what does that mean for you and me?
The reality is, criminals are now using AI to automate their attacks, to scale them up, making them bigger, faster, and more believable than ever. The old ways of protecting ourselves, they're just not enough anymore. More and more, the responsibility is shifting. It's falling on us, on you, to be better at spotting the deception. Because in this new digital war, your skepticism isn't just a good idea, it's the last line of defense.